true secret, the true secret that people don't tell you, right? The real truth, man, the real truth about how to get ripped, about how to quit those bad habits and really become the man that you can respect and that other people can admire and look up to. So here's the thing, bro. Everyone out here is talking about tactics. And it's not that the tactics aren't important. They are. You need the blueprint. But roughly speaking, we all kind of know what that blueprint is, right? You need to be in a calorie deficit. We know that. We know that you need to hit your protein, right? So your macros got to be dialed in. And we know that it's important for you to hit the proper amount of protein. These are all things that are very simple, very obvious, and very commonplace. So why is it then, if this information is available, that so many people are in the position that they're in? Why is it that so many people are still addicted to bad habits, still overweight, walking around literally hating the way they look in the mirror? Like going to the beach, like imagine being a man in 2024 and going to the beach and feeling a lack of confidence, taking your shirt off, feeling that sense of just not being confident because you don't like the way you look, when it's one of the literal easiest things that you could possibly change. It's just mind-boggling that more people have not jumped onto this path and are not going hard. But here's the thing, bro. It boils down to simply this. You got to be dialed in with your macros. You got to be dialed in with your training, right? We're progressive overloading every single week. You got to make sure you're actually doing a workout split and actually tracking to make sure that you're on point. I can't believe how many people go into the gym and train, but they don't use any kind of app. They don't use any kind of even a logbook. They don't use anything to keep track of where they were. And then they wonder why am I not progressing? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Wake the fuck up. This is basic shit. And see, this is why I talk so much about having accountability, so much about building that mindset of discipline. Because there's two factors. There's always two factors in any goal that you want to achieve when you want to achieve an external outcome. There's always two main components. Number one is the blueprint. So when I talk about the blueprint, I'm talking about the macros. I'm talking about, the specific workout that you do. I'm talking about making sure you're hitting your protein and that you're in a calorie deficit so you can actually burn fat and build muscle at the same time, right? Like that's what I'm talking about. That's the blueprint. Those are the very intricate how-to detailed steps, which is important. I'm not saying it isn't, because if you don't have that, well, think about it. What if you end up just being in maintenance the whole time with your calories? What if you just never hit that right amount of protein? What if you don't train properly? Obviously, those things are important to hit your goal. But what's even more important, in my opinion, what's even more key is to develop that mindset and to develop those daily habits that allow you to be disciplined for long enough to get that result. So that's the biggest secret. People focus so much in these times on the tips, the tactics, doing these very, specialized little, tiny, oh, you got to do this in this specific way and this and this. Look, bro, the reality is, it mostly comes down to you staying consistent for long enough, you building that habit for long enough. And this is why I preach, quitting alcohol. This is why I personally don't drink anymore. This is why, I don't watch porn anymore. This is why I don't smoke weed anymore. This is why I occasionally still consume junk food, but I try to keep it out of my day-to-day, consumption of food, because if I do, I keep it towards the end of the day so it doesn't affect me in my brain state in a negative way. Maybe a dessert or something like that. But the reason why I do these things is because it teaches you to get away from the instant gratification mindset. The instant gratification mindset is basically, I want this thing right now, and I don't care about the consequences of it later on. You don't want to be living that life, bro. When I was living that life, it was a horrible situation. I felt horrible about my life. It sucked. So what you have to do is you have to adopt a new mindset. One that is delayed gratification. One is that I am going to do the hard things, like going to the gym, hitting my macros every single day, and I'm going to develop that discipline through the mindset of getting rid of all the bad habits and the removal process of that, and then filling that in with good habits so that I can hit my goal. Now, is it 100% necessary, if I'm being honest with you, is it 100% necessary that you quit drinking and that you don't eat junk food? No, of course not. Of course not. But again, I'm not here to just give you some little quick fix, some little fitness diet or fitness hack. I'm here to give you a lifestyle that's sustainable and a lifestyle that you can be proud of. And so that really includes, if you want to live this life of being the highest version of yourself, that includes getting rid of your negative habits. Because how can you be the highest version of yourself as a man and still be drowning yourself in alcohol, poisoning your body, and not only ruining the temple, literally the temple that your spirit resides in, but also being a horrible example to the people around you? Like how you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to be the highest version of yourself and still do that? How are you going to be the highest version of yourself eating whatever you want and having no discipline when it comes to food? Having no discipline as to how you fuel your body and mind, and you're just going to go out there, and just eat all this crap 24/7 and then wonder why you're fat and wonder why you hate the way you look in the mirror. I mean, you have to wake up at some point. At some point, you need to wake up and say, hey, I'm going to take action right now. I'm going to stop waiting. I'm going to implement these daily habits. And I'm going to keep myself accountable. There's no other way to go about this. There's no other way for you to achieve the results you seek except to literally stay consistent for long enough to get that result. That's all it comes down to, bro. That's all it comes down to. And that's the secret that most people don't want to tell you. Why? Because it's not a sexy answer. It's not, oh, here, do this little hack and do this little thing here and this little thing here, and then you're going to have your result. No, yes, the blueprint is important. You got to make sure you have the right blueprint. But if I gave you everything you needed to do right now, the exact blueprint, I dialed in your macros so they are perfect. You have the perfect amount of protein and carbs and fats, the perfect amount of calorie deficit for you to follow. If I gave you the workout plan that I literally use on a weekly basis for you to follow, so you can build an insane physique and build maximum amount of muscle, and I handed that to you right now, you would only be able to stay consistent with it for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, because you have not yet built that man who's disciplined yet. You have not yet built that man, and this all comes from an instant gratification mindset in chasing the mindset of, I want things to be easy. I want it to be easy. I want it to be fast. Well, you can make it fast by actually, bypassing trying to figure it out all on your own, but you can't bypass the work that needs to be put in. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you like everybody else. You cannot bypass the work that needs to be put into your personal development to get the result that you seek. That external result you want, those abs that you want, that feeling that you get from having that body, the confidence, the attraction, all these different things that you get. This does not come from just, living an easy life and from having no discipline and just sticking with the same habits you have. It's a transformation, bro. You're making a transformation into a new person. And that's the beautiful thing about it. That's what's so amazing, is you can transform yourself into a new person who's living a life that he never thought he could live. I mean, I wake up on days now and look at my past self, right? And my past habits and things I used to do, all the addictions that I used to have, and lack of discipline and no training, and just even this, mostly the mindset and inner state, not even the external. The inner state I used to be in on a constant basis to where I am now, the transformation is just mind-blowing, bro. But I was able to get to that position, and I've been able to transform and continuously improve because of the fact that I had a sense of urgency. I decided, hey, all right, good to get the blueprint, but I'm going to develop that discipline, and I'm going to develop the mindset that I'm doing this for life. This is now a lifestyle. This isn't just some quick fad diet. This isn't just some quick this or quick that. This is personal development. This is a lifestyle that I'm going to live now. And I'm going to give up all of these things that other people won't give up so that I can make progress and live a life that most people will never live. Once you remove a lot of this shit and a lot of the distractions, bro, you can make insane progress. The amount of progress I've been able to make from giving up the alcohol, the weed, the porn, most of the junk food, not that I don't do it here and there, constantly playing video games. My days used to literally just be like literally 50% video games. These are all distractions, and once you give them up, the amount of time you have available is just mind-blowing. So that's really the secret. And the truth around the matter is, it's yes, get the blueprint, get the tactics, get all that shit down, okay? Get that and make sure that you're on track with that. But then the biggest secret is just simply for you to put in the reps long enough to get the result. And I know that you probably heard this before and you don't even like that answer, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And I can't lie because that would be disingenuous to me speaking to my younger self. You're going to have to put in the reps. You're going to have to go to the gym week after week after week after week. You're going to have to stay in that calorie deficit week after week after week to get the result that you want. But what's so amazing about it is when you begin this journey of developing yourself as a person, I guess you could say. Oh, it's getting crazy out there, of course. So every time I record a video, I swear. But when you start to really get on this journey of personal development, that becomes the reward. So the work starts to become the reward. So you going to the gym and working out becomes the reward. The fact that you can be disciplined enough to stay in a calorie deficit becomes the reward. Because now you're building this self-image of a man who literally can say he's going to do something that's difficult and he can go do it. You're building this man who doesn't need alcohol. He doesn't need, all these addictions to numb himself from the pain in his life. So this is how you do it. And you just got to stay consistent enough for long enough to see that result. And this is why accountability is so key. You need accountability. And this is why I do what I do, right? This is the transformation I help guys go through because this is what I went through. This is what literally changed my life. This is what saved me from, I don't know where the hell I was going. I just felt so lost. And I just felt I didn't like the way I looked. I lacked confidence. I lacked respect for myself. And I wanted to become a man that other people could look up to and be an example of. I wanted to be that example for others, and I wanted to respect myself. And I wanted to be the kind of guy where if I said I was going to do something, I would do it. So this is the transformation that I help guys make. And the main key, yes, I give the blueprint, of course. I give you the blueprint of exactly what to do, your macros and all that. But that's not the very important part. The important part is the accountability. The important part is having the mastermind group, right? And being around other people living that similar lifestyle. Because out here in the world, the vast majority of people are still plugged into, the matrix. They're still plugged into this way of life. I'm just going to go, eat at McDonald's every day. I'm just going to go, I'm not going to train. I'm not going to push myself. I'm going to stay in my comfort zone. And I'm going to keep the mindset of the easy life is the best life. When in the reality is the hard life, the life where you're doing things that are difficult and uncomfortable, that means you're growing. That means you're actually growing. So this is the key. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, and make sure you have a proper blueprint. Make sure you have the proper blueprint, but then understand that in order for you to succeed, there's no guarantees in life. The only guarantee is that you need to actually do what you need to do to get the results you want to get. So that means staying disciplined in every single day, hitting your daily habits with precision and without missing. Every single day, for weeks and for months. And then you get that result you seek. The great thing is once you get the blueprint and once you start to develop this mindset, the amount of time it took me to get to the physique that I wanted to have, and of course I'm always still working and improving, but to get the abs that I wanted to have, to get the six pack, bro, it took me so much longer than I needed to because I didn't have the blueprint, right? I didn't have the blueprint, and I really didn't have the discipline yet either because I was still doing all my negative habits. So once you just get those negative habits out of the way, once you get the blueprint, the proper blueprint, and that's in alignment with your goals, and you just hit that every single day, you can't not get the result. And since you're on that path anyway, you can detach from that outcome and that external result, like just say the physique you want, and you can just enjoy the process, and the work becomes the reward. Just enjoy that shit every single day and just crush it every single day. So if you want my help with this, as always, there's a link in the description. Hop on a call. We'll talk one-to-one and just see kind of where you're at, what your goals are. If you would be a good fit for this transformation, if you'd be a good fit to hop on the team, with the rest of us and really be making this transformation, really just not only getting the body you want, but really developing that man that you respect and that other people can look up to and admire. You know what I mean? It's really not just about fitness. Like, yeah, fitness is really important, but it's also really about just your mindset and your habits every single day and just cultivating that inner state that no matter what is going on externally, you feel that confidence, that inner peace, and just that fulfillment, right? And just, man, it's just an amazing lifestyle, bro. So that's all. That's really it. That's the secret. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're, what your struggles and what your pains are. If you're still going, I'll see, I'll tap in the comments. But yeah, as always, if you guys need the book and the link in the description, and hop on a call. And just never forget, man, that you deserve the highest version of you. Okay, you deserve to be the best version of you, and so do the people around you. So do the people that you love.